There is a pact with every country that has a slice of it that they will not dig or remove any minerals from Antarctica. World War III will not start until one of these countries breaks that pact.
In 1513, when Piri Reis drew the map, Antarctica had not been discovered. In fact, it wasn't discovered until 1818 by our civilization. It's based on more than 20 earlier source maps, which Piri Reis told us went back in some cases to before the time of Christ.
Have you ever imagined a world where the icy expanse of Antarctica was once a lush, verdant jungle? The Piri Reis map, a mysterious cartographic relic crafted in 1513, might hold clues to such a forgotten past.
The Earth's climate was very different from how it is today. There's undoubtedly a time when Antarctica was lush and green.
Renowned for its astonishing precision and enigmatic depictions, this map intriguingly includes what some believe to be the coastline of Antarctica, mapped out centuries before its official discovery. This discovery raises tantalizing questions. Was Antarctica once free of ice, teeming with dense forests and diverse wildlife? And could ancient maps like the Piri Reis offer proof of Earth's dramatically shifting climates and landscapes?
From time to time, the entire outer crust of the Earth, like the skin of an orange, might shift. If that happens, Antarctica could have been in warmer latitudes and could have been shifted into colder latitudes.
Join us as we delve into the secrets preserved within ancient maps, exploring a world vastly different from our own. In 1929, a remarkable discovery was made in the Topkapi Palace Library in Istanbul by Gustav Deismann. Amidst a collection of parchments, he unearthed the Piri Reis map, a world map drawn on gazelle skin by the Ottoman Turkish admiral and cartographer Piri Reis in 1513.
So this map appears to incorporate many features that are not supposed to have been known about in 1513.
This historical artifact has since captivated scholars, historians, and conspiracy theorists alike, not just for its intricate detail and accuracy, but also for its enigmatic portrayals of the globe's coastlines, including what some believe to be the coastline of Antarctica.
Why don't they see the same thing that you do?
They think it's just fantasies of the map makers.
Mapped over 3 centuries before its official discovery by a Russian expedition in 1820, the map is renowned for its astonishing precision in depicting various coastlines. For instance, the eastern coast of South America and the Caribbean islands are outlined with a precision that far surpasses many contemporary maps of the era. The Brazilian coastline is detailed with river inlets and capes, which many European maps at the time either overlooked or misrepresented. Moreover, the map is filled with annotations that provide a rich historical context, shedding light on the maritime knowledge of the early 16th century. These notes are not just practical, detailing crucial information about ocean currents, but also ethnographic, offering insights into the early encounters between Europeans and indigenous populations. The map even ventures into the realm of the mythical, with depictions of legendary islands and sea creatures that reflect the folklore and seafaring culture of the period. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the Piri Reis map is its depiction of a southern landmass connected to South America by a narrow isthmus.
I think we're looking at hints and clues that something is missing in our story.
This portrayal includes detailed geographical features like mountain ranges, bays, and inlets that bear a striking resemblance to the subglacial topography of Antarctica, as it might appear without its ice sheet. These details are speculative yet align curiously well with modern seismic data, despite the fact that this area was not officially discovered until 1820 and not accurately mapped without ice until much later with advanced seismic equipment. This unusual depiction on the map suggests that Admiral Piri Reis may have had access to source maps of remarkable antiquity and accuracy.
It's based on more than 20 earlier source maps. That he put all these maps together and derived his own map from these.
The theory surrounding the Piri Reis map opens a captivating chapter in the study of cartography and ancient civilizations, intertwining historical mysteries with speculative archaeology. This fascinating map, far exceeding the geographical knowledge of its time, has led some to propose that it might be based on sources from a pre-glacial era, potentially crafted by an advanced maritime civilization. Such a theory not only challenges our understanding of historical timelines, but also sparks broader discussions about the sophistication of ancient societies. The hypothesis of advanced ancient mariners suggests these navigators possessed the technological expertise to travel vast oceanic distances and create precise maps of their voyages. This level of proficiency would necessitate a deep understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and physics, attributes that are evident in civilizations renowned for their astronomical prowess, such as the Maya and the ancient Egyptians. Moreover, the widespread myths and shared architectural styles across distant ancient civilizations, such as pyramidal structures in Mesoamerica and Egypt, hint at a possible global interaction facilitated by seafaring skills.
I believe that it's worth considering the possibility of a remote common ancestor, which passed down key information that was inherited by later cultures.
These connections could indicate that these societies shared more than just architectural concepts, perhaps even cartographic information. Continuing with archaeological parallels, the legend of Atlantis as described by Plato, of a technologically advanced civilization lost to the sea, echoes this theory.
Ooh, archaeologists hate the word Atlantis. Because they've proved that Atlantis could never have existed, even though they have not looked at the parts of the world that need to be looked at.
While often regarded as a mere myth, the story of Atlantis resonates with those who theorize about prehistoric cultural exchanges mediated by a seafaring civilization. Such narratives provide a metaphorical framework that some scholars use to conceptualize real yet undiscovered advanced maritime societies. Another compelling site that aligns with this theory is Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey.
Huge enclosures under the ground that they haven't excavated yet. The story of Göbekli Tepe is just beginning.
Dated to over 10,000 years ago, this site features sophisticated megalithic structures that predate Stonehenge by thousands of years, challenging conventional views on the development of early human societies.
It's going to require us to reconsider our whole dating sequence on megalithic sites around the world.
The complexity of Göbekli Tepe suggests that advanced societal structures and knowledge systems, possibly including navigation and map-making, could have existed much earlier than traditionally accepted. Additionally, mysterious underwater structures like the Yonaguni Monument in Japan add to the speculation about advanced prehistoric civilizations. These formations, controversially interpreted by some as man-made, might represent remnants of a sunken civilization that had sophisticated maritime technology. Such underwater discoveries continue to fuel debates and curiosity about the extent of prehistoric human achievements and their capabilities to navigate and understand the world around them. It's fascinating to consider how archaeological discoveries could provide a foundation for legends of advanced ancient civilizations. This integration suggests that stories of seafaring gods and heroes, such as Poseidon or Gilgamesh, might not just be mythical tales but could actually represent cultural memories of real historical figures from a globally connected ancient world. Take, for instance, the Vinland map, which surfaced in the 20th century and is purported to date back to the mid-15th century. This map includes a depiction of Vinland, a region of modern-day North America's northeast coast, famously associated with Norse explorations around the year 1000 AD. The controversy surrounding the map's authenticity, particularly debates fueled by conflicting scientific tests on the ink and parchment's age, adds a layer of mystery. If genuine, the Vinland map would be the earliest known depiction of the Americas, predating Columbus's voyages. Another intriguing comparison is with the Kangnido map, a pre-modern East Asian map from 1402, created during Korea's Joseon dynasty. This map predates both the Piri Reis and the Vinland maps and shows a generalized view of the known world at that time, including an oversized China and India, and a recognizably outlined Arabian Peninsula. Reflecting the Joseon dynasty's keen interest in geography and its diplomatic relationships, particularly with China and Japan, the Kangnido map underscores the historical significance of cartographic knowledge in facilitating trade and diplomatic missions in East Asia. Unlike the controversial aspects of the Piri Reis and Vinland maps, The Cangnido map is well documented and recognized for its historical accuracy within the scope of contemporary Asian knowledge. These maps not only showcase the cartographic skills of their respective cultures, but also highlight the global nature of medieval exploration and the interconnectivity of various societies through trade, exploration, and possibly even shared mythologies. As we delve deeper into the history of cartography, it's clear that maps from different cultures and eras offer unique insights into the geopolitical and philosophical mindsets of their creators. For instance, the Ming Dynasty maps from early 15th century China, such as the Daming Hun Yi Tu, which is an amalgamated map of the Great Ming Empire, showcase an impressive level of detail and scope. These maps presented the world from a distinctly Chinese perspective, centering on the vast expanse of the Ming Empire, while also extending to parts of Africa, Europe, and the rest of Asia. The cartographic techniques used were advanced for the time, incorporating grid systems and a consistent scale that European maps only started to use inconsistently much later. Unlike many European maps focused extensively on maritime exploration, the Ming maps prioritized land masses and political boundaries, reflecting their primary use for administrative and imperial purposes.
What was weird about Antarctica?
What was that? What the hell was that?
You can't go to the interior of Antarctica, which is where we were.
It went by like we were standing still. Blue leader to group. Get off the air.
Our very distinguished guest for this evening is Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
I must say that Admiral Byrd, our guest tonight, is not only our greatest living explorer, but he's been an inspiration to countless Americans.
Diving into the depths of Earth's mysteries, the concept of a hollow Earth has been a subject of human fascination that ties together ancient myths with the threads of more modern, albeit speculative, scientific thought.
If you can't create a way to protect from the meteor impacts, you're going to want to go in there, man.
This journey through our planet's hypothetical hidden layers has evolved remarkably over the centuries, shifting from tales of underworlds ruled by gods and spirits to the realms of scientific inquiry during the Enlightenment and beyond.
There's a specific kind of idea that's unique to a human being.
This is why I love Hollow Earth theory, man.
The story begins in the 17th and 18th centuries, a period ripe with intellectual curiosity and scientific revolution. It was then that Edmund Halley, an esteemed figure in astronomy known for identifying the comet bearing his name, introduced a radical theory that would challenge the conventional understanding of our planet. In 1692, Halley proposed that Earth was not a solid mass, but rather consisted of a hollow shell about 500 miles thick. This shell, he suggested, harbored two inner concentric shells and an innermost core, each separated by atmospheric layers with their own magnetic poles.
In the core of the Earth is another sun that has an advanced civilization that hasn't been disrupted.
Halley's hypothesis aimed to explain the magnetic anomalies that baffled scientists of his time, suggesting these hidden layers each had their own magnetic field. Halley's groundbreaking proposal, though lacking in empirical evidence, marked a pivotal departure from previous notions of Earth's composition and laid the foundation for future speculative exploration into the planet's inner mysteries. His ideas, born out of observations of magnetic variance, opened the door to a world of possibilities that would captivate the minds of future generations. As we journey into the 19th century, the Hollow Earth theory found a new champion in John Cleves Sims Jr., an American Army officer whose vision took Halley's concepts to new heights. Sims passionately advocated for a model of the Earth that featured not just concentric layers, but large navigable holes at the poles, later dubbed Sims holes, acting as gateways to the world beneath. According to Sims, these openings led to habitable lands rich with unknown species and civilizations.
If the idea is like, yeah, humans have been on the planet for a long time, this is why I love Hollow Earth theory.
A concept that stirred the imagination of many. Dedicated to his theory, Sims spent his life promoting the idea through lectures, writings, and the pursuit of an expedition to the North Pole to prove his claims. Despite his fervor, Sims's ideas were largely dismissed by the scientific community of his time as too fanciful, and his hoped-for expedition never came to fruition. Yet his advocacy for a hollow Earth added a significant chapter to the story of human curiosity, propelling the quest to understand the unknown depths of our planet into the realm of popular imagination and speculative science. Digging deeper into the world of hollow Earth theories, two ideas particularly spark the imagination. Imagine, if you will, a realm beneath the icy expanse of Antarctica, illuminated not by the familiar light of our sun, but by a central sun of its own. This is not the cold, dark void you might expect to find under the Earth's crust, but a vibrant, hidden world, teeming with life. This central sun, a concept at the heart of many hollow Earth theories, is said to cast a perpetual glow, creating conditions that are nothing short of miraculous when compared to the frosty Antarctic surface we're familiar with. Picture vast, unexplored forests and expansive landscapes under a never-setting sun, where diverse species flourish in a climate that's both temperate and inviting. Unlike the harsh sun that scorches the surface world, this inner sun is gentler, less intense, providing just the right amount of warmth and light to sustain an ideal, Eden-like environment for its inhabitants. The nature of this luminous body at the core of the Earth is a subject of much speculation among believers. Some suggest it's a smaller, dense core emitting its own unique form of radiant energy, perhaps through processes unknown or unimagined by surface-dwelling scientists. Could it be nuclear reactions unlike any we understand? Or is it something even more mysterious? The theories vary widely, but the idea of a central sun remains a captivating notion. Now, there is an interesting story of Admiral Richard E. Byrd, a figure whose real-life adventures read like the pages of a high-stakes thriller, but it's his alleged secret diary that really takes the cake. Picture this: an American explorer and naval officer already famed for his daring expeditions to the ends of the Earth supposedly uncovers a hidden world right beneath our feet, according to diary entries that have sparked endless fascination. Byrd is no stranger to the record books, having flown over the North Pole in 1926 and the South Pole in 1929. These feats alone cemented his place in history, but it's what supposedly happened in 1947 that really stirs the pot. The story goes that during a flight over the North Pole, and later over the South Pole, Byrd stumbled upon an entrance leading to an inner Earth, a concept straight out of a science fiction novel. According to these disputed diary entries, he found a place where the laws of nature as we know them were turned on their head, a verdant paradise thriving with life, including species long thought extinct, all hidden beneath the icy wastelands of the poles. Imagine transitioning from a landscape of ice and snow to one of lush forests and green mountains, where woolly mammoths roam. This is what Byrd described in his alleged diary, detailing his journey into a polar opening that revealed an inner world contrary to the barren, frozen exterior we're accustomed to. But it doesn't stop there. Byrd's entries speak of encountering a civilization with technology so advanced, it makes our surface innovations look primitive by comparison. This society, hidden away from the world above, supposedly shared with Byrd their concerns for humanity's path, particularly our penchant for self-destruction. What's truly intriguing is the civilization's approach to Byrd, one of diplomacy and openness. They were not conquerors or threats, but rather beings deeply worried about the surface world's trajectory, especially the development of atomic weapons. Their message to Byrd, as he recounts, was one of warning but also of hope, urging for peace and cooperation among the nations above to avoid nuclear annihilation. In the intriguing diary entries attributed to Admiral Richard E. Byrd, he recounts an encounter that feels lifted straight from a science fiction narrative. Byrd allegedly stumbled upon a civilization with advancements that far exceeded anything the surface world had seen in his era. This wasn't just about fancy gadgets or superior engineering. It was a society that had seemingly cracked the code on living in perfect harmony with their environment. They had technology that allowed them to do things we can only dream of, like flying in aircraft that could maneuver at incredible speeds without making a sound, hinting at a profound understanding of physics that our scientists haven't yet grasped. These vehicles could seamlessly transition from soaring in the air to diving underwater and even operating in the vacuum of space, suggesting they might have mastered anti-gravity or tapped into other mysterious forces of nature. But what's perhaps most striking about Byrd's account isn't just the technological marvels he describes, it's the ethos of the people he encountered. This wasn't a civilization out to conquer or intimidate. Rather, they were a society deeply concerned with the path humanity was on, especially in the aftermath of World War II and the dawn of the atomic age, viewing these weapons as a potential tipping point for the fate of everyone living on the planet's surface. Their message to Byrd, which he in turn felt compelled to share with the world, was one of caution, but also of hope. They urged for peace and mutual respect among nations, advocating for a shift away from the brinkmanship of nuclear annihilation towards a more cooperative, sustainable future. They believed in humanity's potential to change its trajectory, to adopt a more peaceful approach to technology and global relations. Bird's description of his meeting with the leaders of this advanced society paints a picture of a diplomatic and respectful exchange. He was brought into an environment designed to awe, but also to facilitate serious conversation, where these leaders shared not only their concerns but also their insights into how a society might progress without sacrificing its planet or peace. They offered a glimpse into their history and development, suggesting that the surface world too could reach such heights if it chose a path of peace and sustainability. Dive into the mysteries of Agartha and the Hollow Earth theory, and you're entering a realm where the lines between science and pure fantasy blur intriguingly. These theories offer a captivating look at what might lie beneath the surface of our planet, stirring the imagination with the possibility of hidden worlds just beyond our reach. Agartha, as it's often depicted, isn't just another world. It's a utopian vision of what a civilization could achieve. Tucked away at the Earth's core, Agartha is said to be a place where the inhabitants have surpassed our technological achievements, harnessing clean energy, advanced transportation, and even the power to bend time and space to their will. It's a society that's reached the zenith of cultural and spiritual development, acting as custodians of knowledge far beyond what we've managed to grasp. The entrances to this hidden realm are the stuff of legend, hidden in the most remote and mystical locations on Earth, from the deserts to the polar ice caps, accessible only to those who are spiritually ready to cross into its domain. When you pit Agartha against the Hollow Earth theory, it's clear they share a foundational belief in a significant concealed world beneath our feet. However, they part ways in their portrayal of what that world looks like and what it represents. Agartha is often shown as a singular, enlightened civilization where science and spirituality merge, offering a model of existence that's in perfect balance with the universe. The Hollow Earth theory, in contrast, opens the door to endless possibilities, imagining a variety of realms that could be as perilous as they are wondrous. The impact of these theories extends far beyond mere speculation, inspiring everything from novels and films to intense debates and philosophical discussions. They tap into our perennial quest for knowledge and the deep-seated human desire to believe in something more, something extraordinary that defies our understanding of reality. Whether viewed through the lens of science, spirituality, or pure fantasy, the legends of Agartha and the Hollow Earth challenge us to dream of what might lie just out of sight, beneath the ground under our feet.